Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel Part 34. And you may be thinking, hey, haven't we seen this screen already? This is the Rufus Gets His Ass Kicked edition. It's a new day. After we ended things, I decided to just stop recording yesterday. Because I didn't quite have enough time to do another full video. So that amount of free time gave me the little bit of time to just go back and grind up Overdrive. And let's see if we can beat up Rufus now.
Show me what you're capable of.
Now, we still, I think, need to be lucky depending on how...
Okay.
This motherfucker really just sealed me right off on the very first turn.
Arcus, activate.
You're lucky Eustace is still gonna get to go just fine, but otherwise, I would beat you up IRL, Rufus.
Arcus, activate!
Very well.
Okay. So the plan is basically...
Leave it to me! Don't let it pass! It's my turn!
I still don't really know if I should be using magic or not. Like, I don't know if it counts as 2 moves for the turn order. That's probably something I should look up before I keep going with this magic strat.
Oh, Moon! Crescent Shell!
Try this!
I suppose I should
Thank you very much. Okay.
I mean, it seems like it's probably, like, pertinent information to know. Because I don't think we waste time doing any buffs. I think we just need to get, like, damage out there. Please delay. Do it, coward.
2 and done.
You're fine.
Okay.
You don't need HP. We just have to wait until Eustace gets to go again.
1 and done.
Right.
You can tear in time.
Here I go.
One of these days, Eustace is gonna get to go, and then you'll all be sorry.
Arcus, activate.
Try this!
Thank you very much.
Very well.
We've got our magic reflex up, so that's still fine.
Now's our
Leave it to me!
Understood.
Don't let it pass!
Now. Okay.
Okay, now... Well, Elliot will be the one to overdrive, but, we can do that now. You still have 4 turns of strength, so just keep bopping.
1 and done.
Okay!
I hate you, Fee.
Overdrive!
Absolutely despise you. Not really, but, that was very rude.
I'll handle it. 1 and done. Now. Let's get this over with.
Leave it to me!
How about this?
Okay!
I'm starting to think physical might be the way to go, because that burst would do, like, way more damage if we had physical characters out as well. So, I mean, we dropped into, like, 150 last time, and we still didn't, it didn't count, so we probably need to go a bit further.
Oh, Moon! Crescent Shell! Okay.
I don't think we overdrive yet. I want Eustace to refresh buffs first.
1 and done.
Bro, how are you missing?
Now's our
Leave it to me!
Understood.
Don't let it pass! Resound! Overdrive!
So we probably have to kill him here, or drop him.
Try this!
Which we're not quite going to do. Granted, we are missing like 6k damage because,
And done. Now.
I'll back you up! Right. Hut. Here's a...
Okay, so we have to drop to at least half, then. Which we're very close.
Too slow. I'll handle it. Good luck.
You
Understood.
become Laura. Laura, you buff yourself.
Delicious.
I'll handle this.
You
I
become
leave this to you.
Machias.
No problem.
Machias does
I'm very
this.
It's my turn.
Then he ults.
Here I go.
Machias, that was pathetic and you should be ashamed of yourself. Damn, dude. We were pretty close, though. Honestly, if he didn't miss, I think we win.
That was an entertaining diversion.
And we don't need Machias for this, then. Since it's not a real fight, we can just bring in Millium.
But you...
Oh, yeah, we should Alt F4. But yeah, since it's not a real fight, which sucks, because the real fights are way more fun than the time fights. But I don't know why, for some reason, during that sequence, if you hit Alt F4, the game, like, doesn't close, it just crashes. Which, I mean, it accomplishes the same goal, but it is kind of weird. Also, I was making sure my mic was being recorded because I forgot to update it OBS, and usually updating OBS results in bad things happening. But yeah, we can just bring Millium instead of Machias. And I don't know, maybe we should, because I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to turn order there, but that does mean I have to set up Millium real quick, though. Because she ain't got nothing. So, be right back. Okay, let's try it again. Why you gotta hit Emma like that? It just seems awful rude. I should have given Fee arts, so that we could start attacking with double arts sooner, also.
And done.
We actually got an AT delay. Is that allowed?
I'll back you up. It's my turn.
You did literally no damage. Why do your auto attacks, why are they affected by strength? That doesn't even make sense.
Right.
Very well. Now's our chance. Don't let it pass.
Now we may have to get him further than just 50%, which is entirely, definitely possible. You're not gonna get to act, well, actually. You could do this, and then buff yourself.
And done. Here I go.
Because I want you to be at max strength, of course, when the time comes.
Oh, move. Crescent shell.
I wonder if we save our burst. We might save it, and then... Because, like, once Eustace buffs us, like, his role here is done.
And done.
Right.
Okay. We're getting kind of somewhat bad luck here. Because, like, I would really want Eustace to win. Your arts are already buffed, so I think we just go ahead and pop our first overdrive here. Somewhat suboptimally. You can't be, like, frozen or anything, can you? I mean... The slightly less damage... I mean, if we get the freeze, which is unlikely, of course. I mean, it's like a 2% chance. It does more damage than Dark Matter, but Dark Matter does more straight up. Actually, does Aerial do more? It says it's an S.
Okay.
I didn't really notice a difference in damage, if I'm being honest.
And done. Now. Let's get...
Right.
I'll handle this. Now's our chance. Don't let it pass.
I'll handle it.
I mean, I would love to get the crit. No, so this will actually give Elliot the crit on his spell. We do lose some damage. You know, we'll just switch him out and have Laura or Millium go.
And done. This isn't looking good.
Because we've already got the magic. Well, actually, we don't have a magic reflect up. But, you know, I think we just kind of go all in here. I gave Millium Brave.
Sorry for the trouble. Come on, Lammy.
So then you... This will be like about... I would hope at least like 10k. Maybe... Okay, right at 10k. God, we are still doing absolutely nothing to him. Oh, no, we dropped him below 150, which is still not, like, that close.
Resound! Overdrive!
I feel like we've done a lot less damage this time.
Try this!
I'll handle it.
think you just attack and then ult right after?
Now.
I'll back you up. Okay. Try this.
Oh, like.
Very well.
Okay, this is still kind of fine. Because you become
I
Laura.
leave this to you.
Understood.
And Laura... We're still not really doing the damage we need. I mean, like, we could pop a Zerum powder on Millium or something.
It's my turn.
I don't really want to do that, but... This would also be a good time to, like, actually have kept track of, when ults are and everything. Or having a way to buff arts.
Arcus activate. Ah! Try this.
Okay.
We're very close, once again.
okay?
I mean, honestly, even if we have to get him below... Like, all I care about is getting him to half. We maybe have to do more than that, but... Your arts are still
I'll
buffed.
take it from here.
So you're the one with the best chance of,
I'm sorry, everyone.
I'm done for.
He did just get like 4 attacks in a
This
row.
isn't looking good. Sorry for the trouble.
I'll show you how it's done.
Leave this to me.
Okay, you have to get him to, so I guess maybe like 30 or 40%. I mean, there's no way you can actually do 200. I mean, you could maybe do it in like the base game, but,
Shatter!
you fucking missed. Oh, no, that counted.
Well, I won't deny that was an entertaining diversion. But you do well to intensify your training regimen if you hope to best me.
Come on, do I not even get slightly different dialogue?
How is he so strong?
We didn't stand a chance.
He might even be stronger than Sarah.
That's a little lame.
You guys okay?
That there's nothing different dialogue-wise.
Hey, you really think you've got time to be worrying about them?
Bring it on!
This'll be a tough.
What do you mean this will be, like, be careful? None of my actions matter here. I don't know.
Let's go! Think you can handle this?
No, I don't, because you're cheating. It's like I'm back in the original fight doing 0 damage.
This is bad.
I remember your arms are a weak point, you little...
Think you can handle this?
This is bad.
I mean, I've lasted as long as I could reasonably be expected to last. Is this body or head?
You're wasting your time!
Hey! Are you okay?
Okay, so we've seen all this, so I guess we could pause. I am very disappointed the Rufus stuff is the same. But, it actually, like, it annoys me more than the regular version, where it's even if you get your ass kicked. I mean, maybe he said something slightly different during that, when he's talking to Eustace. I don't know, but that's kind of lame in all honesty. And it does also suck that it basically just comes down to, oh, do you have overdrive before the fight? You don't? Okay, well, you can't do it. I didn't notice the knights were up there chilling. I think I was too mad. I meant to pause, but I guess we'll just kind of keep fast forwarding through this while I talk. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm still annoyed by the Rufus thing because, like, there's been literally no dialogue to suggest that Rufus is, like, some god of combat. And it's like, not every character needs to be a god of combat. Like, him just being really fucking smart and tactical is cool. Like, he doesn't have to also be, like, a demigod, you know? I mean, they straight up just say he's, like, out of nowhere. You're like, oh, he's stronger than Sarah. Who, like, they spent a lot of time building up Sarah as, like, a strong character. And then they're like, oh, yeah, Rufus is just as strong. Actually, he's stronger, because reasons. Because the plot demands it. I don't know. It's just kind of annoying. I don't see any reason why his character needs to be also, like, Omega tier strength.
Yeah, well, I like this.
Well, guess it was worth putting...
Yeah, so we're just like a little bit
you
past
made
this, right?
Was my first time cooking, but I wanted...
Oh.
To think, all the time we spent Crow.
Because we asked about,
Oh, yeah, so
what
I
he
guess
did,
you're
right?
Jirai?
Osborne?
So you ended up going...
Yeah, it's changed, but it was...
It's been bugging me for
Okay,
a long time
here we
now.
are.
What could have made you want to join a group of terrorists like the Imperial Liberation Front? What was it that made you hate Chancellor Osborne that much? Enough to take his life? Oh, tell me, Crow, please. I want to know what it was that made you who you are now. What kind of place Jirai was, how you lived there, and what you were doing before you entered the Academy and met Toa, Angelica, and George.
Where's the fun in prying into a guy's past? Save all that talk for your #1 in class. Who's the lucky girl anyway? Elisa? Laura? Emma? Fee?
Elliot?
And don't tell me it's Milliam, because, you know...
Please, Crow, don't character assassinate me like that.
I'm serious, Crow. I really want to know. Think of telling me your past as paying off the interest you owe in that 50 Mira.
And as we mentioned, it is a lot of interest.
Because until I know, until we know, we won't be able to move forward.
You're really serious.
I'll tell you in 2 games, see ya.
Crow?
My past really isn't that big of a deal, you know. It's got nothing on yours, that's for sure. If you find yourself thinking that's all when I'm done, well, I warned you. So, you really want to know?
Yeah. Nothing you say will change my mind. Please, tell me.
All right, you win. Like I said, it's just your run-of-the-mill sob story. Pick up any history textbook and you'll probably find a dozen others just like it. It's the kind of story that's so common no one bothers to remember it, like it never even happened. Back in those days, Jirai was known as Jirai City. It was a city-state off the coast of northwest Zemuria that prospered through maritime trade with West Erebonia, North Ambria, and Remiferia. It had a population of around 150,000 people, so it wasn't exactly a big place or anything. Because of that, the surrounding nations left it alone and let us live out our days in peace. We were pretty fortunate, all things considered. Until about 20 years ago. That was when the North Ambrian disaster struck, and much of the Principality of North Ambria was turned to salt.
That's such a weird event that, like, they kind of mention every once in a while, and, they've never, like, really explained it or offered any sort of explanation at all. They're just like, yeah, a big fucking salt pillar came and destroyed this country. Also, if you've never played the previous games, you must have been like, what the fuck are you talking about right now?
And as a result, trade on the northwest shore was reduced to virtually nothing. Day after day, Jirai's prosperity started to fade away.
Like, I mean, that seems like, because I mean, it's even kind of out of left field when they originally bring up the salt disaster, the salt pillar. It must have, like, I don't know, that would be kind of interesting to to have heard that without having the context.
Still, it wasn't all bad. We had our fishing, our historic landmarks, our septium mines.
And a lot of salt.
We could make use of those to get trade going again, both to keep our state running and to help out North Ambria. In fact, the one who advocated that approach was the mayor, my grandfather.
Oh, he's Ellie, dude.
He was the last mayor Jirai City ever had. He was a stubborn old bastard, but he had this wry sense of humor, and was well loved by everyone. I lost my mom and dad early, so he was also my only living relative. He taught me just about everything a guy could know. He was like a mom, dad, and your old master rolled into one, I guess. Anyway, fast forward to 10 years ago. Out of nowhere, we received this proposal from the Erebonian government. They said they wanted to extend a railway line from Heimdall all the way to Jirai. We relied on the sea for trade before, but there wasn't any reason to believe we couldn't benefit from being connected to Heimdall by rail. The proposal drew overwhelming support from the city's council, and as a result, my grandfather was forced to accept. Within a year, the city had all of its old life back and then some. The streets were more bustling than ever. But keep in mind, this was the result of huge amounts of imperial capital flowing into the city. Land and buildings we once treasured were bought up left and right. Everything became a target for investment. People only cared about making money. Something similar supposedly happened in Crossbell too, but unlike there, no opposition existed in Jirai. My grandfather sensed something was off, and he tried what he could to get the situation under control. Then one day, someone blew up the railway line leading to Jirai. Everyone demanded that it be repaired as quickly as possible. Everyone except the imperial government. Instead, they panned our national security arrangements for being insufficient and threatened to withdraw all imperial capital.
Oh, okay, so that's an old tactic they used back in Crossbell.
The city was left in an uproar like we'd never seen. Shares plummeted, and with no one able to ascertain the culprit's identity, chaos reigned. That was when he showed up. Chancellor Gileath Osborne, in his third year as representative of the imperial government, personally came to Jirai. We then received a second proposal.
The restoration of the railway and its future security will be seen to by the Imperial Army. In return for our continued assistance in safekeeping, Jirai will come under the wing of our glorious empire and attain even greater prosperity as a special economic zone.
The timing was too good to be true, really. Realizing this, my grandfather staunchly opposed the idea. He tried everything he could to convince the city's council to reject the offer. Unfortunately, once you taste the sweet fruit of prosperity, it's hard to want to go back. The council, made up of influential merchants and all their greed, jumped at the offer. And tempted by the elimination of customs, together with the tax breaks from being an SEZ, many of the citizens did too. And during all that, they'd conveniently found a suspect behind the railway incident.
Okay, I was wondering where, like, okay, I was like, this is all... So far, there's nothing to make you want to murder anyone yet.
My grandfather.
That's I figured it was either going to be that, or that, like, the grandfather was going to, like, maybe commit suicide out of, like, shame for, like, he maybe felt bad about Jirai not being independent anymore and blamed himself.
He loved Jirai more than
But
anyone.
that's, of course,
and
much...
up till
I think
then,
that's worse.
People loved him too.
Having, you know, one of Crow's family members be chosen as a scapegoat.
And yet, virtually overnight, he found himself facing the wrath of both the city's council and the citizens alike. Left with no choice, he resigned from his position as mayor, and Jirai formally became part of the empire. Both of these things happened on the same exact day. That was 8 years ago. Naturally, everyone knew my grandfather wasn't the one who did it. They knew who was really responsible. They just turned a blind eye to the truth. See? I warned you. Just your run-of-the-mill sob story.
I don't know what to say, Crow. What happened to him after that? Your grandfather.
One day, he just up and died. Once he resigned, the whole affair with the railway getting blown up was all but forgotten. He lived comfortably in retirement for about half a year, fell ill, and that was that. He just lost the will to go on, I guess.
So he still does kind of have a reason
Like
to
I
blame.
said, he was the only family I had.
Or, like, I could see him blaming Osborne for that, you know, like the death of his grandfather as well. I thought it was going to be something more direct, like the grandfather, you know, killed himself as a result, but he just kind of wasted away.
I mean, I had plenty of friends even then, but I chose to leave it all behind. I was 13 at the time. I wandered the land, doing whatever I had to get by. That was when I met old Cayenne, who happily indulged my hatred for the Chancellor. And with his financial backing, I went out with the goal to find others who were just like me.
Okay, so he found Cayenne first. I kind of assumed he maybe started the organization and then Cayenne approached him.
That was the beginning of the Imperial Liberation Front. Gideon, Scarlet, and Vulcan were among those I recruited. I'd also met Vita then. I only knew her as the woman who would often come to see Cayenne. She guided me to a place below the city of Ortis, and there slept the Azure Knight Ordine.
Okay, so that, oh yeah, I guess that does make sense, it being called Ordine. I kind of forgotten its name, but
One after another, I overcame the same trials you did with your friends, but alone.
I highly doubt you beat the Shadow Lord by yourself, Crow, I'm just gonna say.
And once I'd proven myself worthy, Ordine accepted me as his awakener. That was 3 years ago. I was 16. My preparations complete, I concealed my background, and enrolled in a military academy near the capital. Everything I did for the sole purpose of taking the Chancellor's head. Come on now, what's with the face? You look sadder about all this than I do.
Yeah, I guess.
I swear. I'm not trying to tell you the Chancellor was evil or anything.
What?
Still, there's no denying that he managed to outwit my grandfather. And he may have lost, but Pop's always loved a good gamble. It's thanks to him that I'm pretty good at chess, card games, that kind of stuff.
You still haven't beaten us in Blade, though.
I'd say it's fairly normal for a student to want to avenge his master's defeat, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
At the end of the day, there's no denying this country has problems, and the Chancellor's methods were making them worse.
Hey, Chancellor, I hear you're really good at outsmarting things. Can you outsmart this bullet?
I studied those problems, worked out how to use the situation to my advantage, and then won the game with an all-or-nothing gamble. But when you think of how peaceful Jirai is now, I'd say I've got a duty to clear up the mess left behind by my game too, which means ending this war and restoring peace. So it's only when that's done that my game is truly over.
And, you know, if I help support the side that wants to purge the poor people, like me, then, yeah, that seems perfectly fine to me. I see no problem with this whatsoever.
I don't want whatever your decision is to be influenced by my past, okay? Like Rufus said, you need to think long and hard about what it is you're fighting for. For you, more than anyone else.
Yeah, but Crow.
Anyway, I think I've stuck around here for long enough. You're gonna be treated as a visitor. Well, sort of. It's about time for the higher-ups to head back to Heimdall, so go ahead and pass the time however you want.
However I want. What else can I even do here?
We got an indoor pool. Okay. It's kind of weird.
There'll be no guards outside your room, so if you want to try and escape, be my guest. Just keep in mind that some members of Ouroboros and Zephyr are on board too. Not to mention me, Scarlet, and Vulcan.
Ring could definitely take some of those people, maybe.
So if you're up for a gamble of your own, get ready to take all of us on.
Sounds fun.
Reen, do the thing. It's finally time to do the thing, Reen.
Oh yeah, one more thing. There's this real cute visitor in the guest of honors room on the second floor.
Oh.
I think she'd perk right up if she saw you. So why not go pay her a visit?
Nah, you can't trick me, Crow.
Just don't go making your girl jealous, okay?
I wonder who he means. He said she's in the guest of honors room.
I mean, it's either Elise or Alphen. I would assume Alphen, but...
Well, I can't waste much time here. I told everyone I'd definitely come back soon. Right now, I need to gather as much information as I can. I can make my choice after that. At least then, it'll be an informed one.
Okay. Is there any food left? Can I learn the recipe? Crow, get back here! How do I make a fish burger? Crow, how do I make a fish burger? Oh wait, I didn't really want to. Ah, but as a Master Reen, is there something we can do to help you with? If so, please don't hesitate to ask. Oh, should have figured out we gotta get through here. Can I get through here? Oh shit. Oh no, he's used the words of power against us. Please keep up the good work. Okay, so we got those rooms. We got... Oh, what's up, Blueby?
Good day to you, Reen Schwarzer.
I do like how we don't know his name, apparently.
What the? You're the Phantom Thief! You sure look comfortable. What are you doing here?
Getting drunk?
Why wouldn't I be? I'm as much a guest on this ship as you are. And who would deny themselves the pleasure of a ship so beautiful? The furnishings are immaculate. The food and wine are positively sumptuous.
I'm not drunk, you're drunk.
And I am of the firm belief that it's wasteful not to take advantage of the opportunities life presents you. Ah, and speaking of opportunities, don't just stand there. Take a seat and join me in having a drink.
Absolutely not. This is how we get kidnapped.
You've been blessed with the rare chance to sit and chat one-on-one with the most beloved thief of our time.
I can't believe that's how you describe yourself.
The delivery on that's great.
Well, what the hell? I'll have a drink. Nothing alcoholic, though.
Yo, we get to do bond events with Ouroboros. That's amazing.
Funny. I didn't realize you'd met Prince Olivert.
Ha! Indeed. There are few even among royals whose palate is so refined as his.
And he's kicked my ass 3 times. It's rather embarrassing when I think about it.
Between our shared love
I guess
of
really
beauty
just twice.
and fundamental difference of opinion on the nature of love, he forever remains an endless source of entertainment for me.
I suddenly feel very sorry for him. What happened down in Liberl sounds pretty amazing, though. I'd heard there were problems with orbital technology in southern Erebonia at the time, but I had no idea that was why.
Ha ha! That magnificent floating city was quite the sight to behold, let me tell you. Oh, how I wish I could have shown it to you.
Okay, I do like the idea that Blue Blanc just gave Reen the TLDR on Trails in the Sky 1 and 2.
It would have changed your view of the world completely.
It really does sound amazing. Wait, why am I sitting here having a friendly discussion with a wanted criminal? He has so many interesting and unusual stories, I got completely caught up listening to
Oh
them.
no, Reen's gonna become the new enforcer.
Ha ha! A thief of my caliber can steal much more than objects, Reen.
But I have stolen your underwear for personal keeping. You will never see it again.
There. I was able to steal much of your time and your interest.
And your undergarments, of course.
Perhaps I stole your heart as well.
Let's not go too far.
Rest assured that did not happen. Your stories were interesting, though, I'll admit. By the way, you wouldn't happen to know where Prince Olivert is now, would you? Last I checked, he wasn't actively fighting against the Alliance.
Ha ha! I imagine Duke Cayenne would welcome a man like the Prince with open arms into the Alliance, if he so wished to join. To my knowledge, he was always wary of the Chancellor himself.
He did this weird thing where he like threw some roses and then shot them in front of him. It was pretty badass, I hear.
But I digress. I'm afraid not even I know where he is at the moment. However, I'm inclined to believe that wherever he's hiding, the Crimson Wings is there with him.
So the Courageous is missing too, then. Although the Duke's got some nerve if he expects Prince Olivert to side with him after he imprisoned the rest of the Imperial family.
But think, these kinds of things are simply what the great nobles of this country have always done.
That doesn't mean you have to be cool with it.
The War of the Lions, too, was brought about by numerous families of some standing backing potential successors to the throne. Emperor Dreikel's, as a late arrival to the war, was a mere exception to the rule.
I'm just saying, Blue Blanc, appeals to tradition or a logical fallacy.
I wonder, does Prince Oliver think himself as the second coming of Drykles?
One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's military academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day, you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like someone who thinks he's the new Drykles. If anything, you know, he's maybe supporting.
I don't think he does. From what I can tell, he intends to try and end this war in a slightly different way from Drykles.
Yes, by relying on school children.
Oh? Do tell.
Sorry, but I should be going.
Don't give me blue block balls.
Thanks for all the interesting stories.
I want to know.
They helped me work through things in my head a bit.
Sir?
I'm pleased to hear it.
Where'd the mask come from?
I will be waiting at the edge of my seat to hear which path you choose. Join us, and you'll be warmly welcomed. Naturally, I'm fascinated by you as the Ashen Knight's pilot, but I'm even more fascinated with that brute strength of yours. I would love the chance to see the power of an ogre up close.
Okay, Blue Block gets some bonus points for wanting to see Reen do the thing.
I doubt it's half as interesting as what you're thinking. Anyway, if you'll excuse me.
Yeah, but like, Reen, imagine if you did it more and you got better at it, and then you could be it all the time. Well, do make yourself comfortable here on the ship. It's simply filled with beauty, albeit a different kind to what I would usually prefer. Look at him, a wanted criminal is here lazing around and enjoying a drink. Oh well, there's not much point in grumbling about it. Good day, Master Reen. My name is Albert, a butler in the service of the Duke. If I can do anything to make your stay more comfortable, do not hesitate to let me know. Can you let me out? Oh, shit. I need to run that one up top.
I can sense someone inside.
Kick in the door?
Huh? It's open. Come on in.
That sounds like... Excuse me.
What's up, VVV?
Oh, it's you. You finished talking with C?
His name's Crow, not C, and he's never going to be anything else for me.
Oh, I know his real name. But to us, he's always gonna be C. That's our leader. He might be young, but each and every one of us look up to him and respect him.
Even if we do think that Darth Vader cosplay was a little dorky, but...
Anyway, take a seat. You got a whole lot of questions, I bet.
Does you asking that mean you're willing to answer them?
Depends on the questions.
Just out of curiosity.
Bank account information?
How many members does the Imperial Liberation Front have left?
There's just 3 of us.
I know the explosion back in the mine was staged, obviously.
Sure was. Anyway, 10, give or take. We lost most of our members as soon as the war started kicking into gear.
Oh. Is that because the group's primary objective had been fulfilled?
Basically, yeah. We all came from different backgrounds, but the one thing we had in common was that we hated that bastard's guts. So after he'd kicked it, most of the guys didn't really have any reason for sticking around. Can't say I blame them for calling it quits.
Crow said that seeing this war through to its end was the last part of his game. Are the members who haven't left sticking around for similar reasons?
Interesting question. Can't speak for the others, but me, I don't really care how this war goes. I mean, I'm a former Jaeger who can hold his own in a fight. I've always lived for war, and teaching those dumbasses in the provincial armies how to pilot soldats is a job worth doing, even if it's a pain. If we disband, I'll find myself something else to do.
I see.
Might open a bakery. Love bacon.
I can't defend the assassination of the Chancellor or what you did near Trista.
Or I might become a bard. That sounds like fun.
But I'd be happy if you chose to disband at least.
You're a funny kid. Being oddly nice to us after all the shit we caused, don't you think?
The cycle of hatred's gone on for long enough. Crimes you've committed will never vanish, but no one wants this war to go on longer than it has to.
Man, Rena's become a true JRPG protagonist.
It's not as though you guys want war, do you?
That's enough of the niceties. You've got time to worry about us. Use it to worry about yourself. Whether you choose to side with the Alliance or go against them, you've got a tough road ahead, whether you like it or not. Make sure to think long and hard before you decide. And if we end up as enemies again, show me what you got. On the battlefield, I mean.
We already beat your ass, though. I mean, I know you did, like, jokes when you wasn't really trying,
Excuse
but,
me.
like, we beat you, like, with a very bad setup. So, shut up, nerd. And then went on to beat C right after. I can't be stopped.
Think I might have been too harsh on the kid. Still...
Who am I talking to?
Yeah. He's probably perfect for the job.
One last heist before retirement?
He saw right through me. He's not wrong, though. I should be worrying about myself right now. He seemed kind of different, though. Like he'd lost his spark. His sole objective in life seemed to be to get revenge for his old Jaeger Corps killed by Osborn. Maybe he's just not sure what to do with himself now that he's done just that?
Oh no, not. Oh.
I can sense someone inside.
No.
And judging by the fact that V is in the next room...
No. Alright, let's get it over with.
Come on in if you like.
Excuse me.
Don't sit at the table. Don't do it.
Hello there, love. I'd heard you came on board yesterday, so I did wonder whether we would run into one another at some point.
Hello, Scarlet.
Still the weakest boss fight in the entire series?
Last time we
yes,
spoke was
okay,
a month
bye.
and a half ago near Trista, I think.
Quite a memorable day for both of us, wasn't it? There's no need to stand over there. Come and have a seat.
Don't do it, Reen.
I'll pour us some tea.
You really don't have to.
We already got drugged by Blue Blanc, so...
Well, I guess there's no harm in chatting for a bit.
There's plenty of psychic damage to myself by talking, actually.
These tea leaves really are wonderful, aren't they? Only the best for the airship of Erebonia's most powerful noble, I suppose.
I have to admit, the fragrance is like no tea I've ever had before. You're right, though. It makes sense if it's something Duke Cayenne personally chose.
It's very spicy.
Oh? I was under the impression that your family is a part of the nobility, too.
Yeah, we're like poor nobility.
Your father is a baron, isn't he?
He might be a noble, but generally barons aren't all that wealthy. We live a relatively modest lifestyle.
Reen, you have a fucking mansion, okay? Shut up.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have thought it before, but maybe my family was actually more well-off than yours.
Reen has a mansion, okay? Like, yeah, he's not, like, Omega tier rich or nothing, but let's not pretend he's some poor kid.
And Scarlet, I heard she lost her old hometown when he went and built a railway through it.
What kind of family did you come from, then?
Oh, they weren't nobles, if that's what you're wondering. They were just relatively wealthy farmers. We were almost local celebrities in a way.
Oh, I see.
You're wondering how someone like me became a terrorist? It's written all over your face.
I mean, sure, just go ahead and tell us, I suppose.
Well, I can't deny that I'm curious. I heard that you lost your hometown because Osborn built a railway through it.
Oh, did C tell you? No, I suppose it must have been V. He never was one to keep quiet about things.
So, I mean, what happened?
Some things are best left unsaid, I think. It's not as if knowing would somehow allow you to change things.
I suppose.
You're so adorable, Reen. Now I know why C took a liking to you. What do you say? How about you come and fight with me and the other big girls and boys? It'll be fun, I promise.
Gaylor.
Please stop teasing me. Anyway, thank you for the tea.
You didn't drink any, though.
It wasn't just made with high-quality leaves. It was brewed exceptionally, too.
You're very welcome.
Delicious, you didn't drink any of it. It's still there. I still see it. You didn't even do like a fake sip.
Actually, I may as well ask while I have the chance.
Real or natural?
Where did you learn how to use that weapon of yours anyway? It's pretty unique.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, you know, it's a kind of a special weapon. But also, I don't appreciate that flashback showing the summer uniforms because I would never have anyone wear those god-awful uniforms except Machias.
Oh, that? I suppose it can't hurt to tell you. The holy city of Arteria.
The Arteria? Where the high seat of the Septian Church is?
Thanks for the exposition, Reen.
That's the one. It's called a Templar sword, and it's a traditional weapon in the church. A few years ago, I was studying to be a sister and was trained in how to use it there.
Yeah.
Surely you must be talking about some other church, right? You're telling me there are sisters in the Septian Church who use weapons like that?
There are more things in this world you don't know than you could possibly imagine.
Is she a vampire hunter?
Well, it doesn't matter much now. I ended up returning to Erebonia before my training was complete.
In the novel, right, the lady had blonde hair, I think?
Oh?
Anyway, that's all I'm telling you for now. I'll give you the full story if you decide to join us. Sound fair? And if you choose not to join, well, that way has its own charms, I suppose.
She ended up being a lot friendlier than I expected her to be. I wonder how much of what she was saying about being a sister was true. She seemed to really hate the Chancellor. I wonder what she intends to do now that he's gone.
Okay. Oh, there's more rooms down here. Just gonna go upstairs real quick. Oh, we actually can't go upstairs. Oh, wait, no. Those are not rooms. Those are just the lower floor ones. Is there anything I might be able to help you with? I'll do anything I can do to make your stay a pleasant one. What?
This should be the guest of honors room.
Oh, no.
Sounds like whoever's in there is busy. Might be better to swing by later.
Okay, I was gonna say, because all those others are exclamation points? Like, we need to do them? Let's see, who else is probably here? So we saw Vita, Cayenne, and was someone else left? There was another person there? Was Davale on there? I don't remember. So who else got teleported here? It was McBurn, Davale, Blue Block, those three. Well, you know, the Liberation Front.
I wonder who's in here.
We got a visitor?
Oh yeah, Zeno and what's his name? Zeno and Leo, yeah.
Come on in.
Excuse me.
Oh gosh, why is it so intense in here? We're fucking rocking out, Reen, join us.
Figured it was you. Sup?
Have a seat. Bourbon? I suppose not.
Yeah, I really shouldn't.
Leo, what is with your proportions, man? Your chest is too big.
How come you guys are being so friendly, though? I mean, we're on opposing sides and all.
Why wouldn't we be? It's not like we're on a battlefield right now. We're Jaegers. Nothing unusual about us trying to cut some throats one day that's sitting in a bar with the same guys the next.
I just love Xeno's voice. I mean, it's still just Junpei to me from Zero Escape, but it's so good.
Of course, if you would rather fight with us, that can be arranged.
I shall have to politely decline. For one thing, I don't think I'd stand the slightest chance of taking you two down.
You could probably take one of them.
Hey now, no need to be so pessimistic.
Especially if you do the thing.
Fee seems to think pretty highly of you. Have a little more faith in yourself.
At the very least, you'd be able to give us a real fight in your divine night.
Well, no, that wouldn't even be a real fight. You would get stomped.
Not that I'd have any intention of losing even then.
I mean, I guess if you guys had access to your robots, then maybe it would be a real fight. But, like, on foot, we should stomp him?
The scary thing is, I'm pretty sure he's dead serious. Well, they're used to taking out tanks. They probably have their ways.
This is a very cool
yeah?
section, though.
Ranking 72nd for the year in an academy full of big shot students ain't half bad. Brings a tear to my eye to see our little Fee putting her heart into her education.
And don't forget, she was the youngest of her classmates, too. The boss was right when he said that she can do anything she puts her mind to.
You got that right. Maybe joining the gardening club will make her a bit more ladylike, too. Oh, who am I kidding?
She's still young. She has plenty of time to develop on that front if she so pleases.
I like the if she so pleases. Like, you know, hey, if she wants to, that's cool, but, you know, she doesn't have to. Oh, look at Leo, so accepting.
They really seem to adore her, like two proud
it's
parents
Fee's
talking
two
about
dads.
their child. And yet... If you don't mind me asking, why did you leave Fee behind?
Because she's, like, really broken up about it. It's kind of rude.
After your boss was killed in a battle with his sworn enemy, I mean.
Oh, Fee told you about that. It sounds like you're closer to her than I thought you were.
I trust this is simply me being paranoid. You haven't tried making any moves on her, have you?
Oh, it's so good, dude.
No, of course not. I wouldn't dream of it. I just want to know why you'd abandon her when she obviously means so much to the two of you.
And she's, like, really broken up about it.
She thought of you all like family. Why did you leave her all alone?
Well...
I mean, even if it was like, you know, it's best for her not to be a Jaeger anymore, which, I mean, I definitely agree with. I don't think you should be raised as a child soldier. But, there's a better way to do it than just cut off all contact.
We had our reasons. Let's leave it at that. I know you want to know, but you're not the one we should be telling that to.
We'll be sure to tell Fee our reasons in due time. Until then, leave the issue be.
Alright, I can accept that. Still, she's our classmate. And in that sense, she's like family to me, to us, too. And we feel that way about her just as strongly as you do, if not more so. I want to be perfectly clear on that.
Fighting words right there.
Still, we'll remember you said that. Returning to the matter at hand, you're sure you haven't tried to make any
I love the
moves
zoom
on
in,
her?
it's so good.
Come on, spit it out.
They really are like two overprotective fathers. I was hoping to get a bit more out of them about what Zephyr is up to. All we did was talk about Fee the whole time.
I mean, you gotta assume there's more members, right?
Oh well. At least now I know that the guys in Zephyr really cared about her, so it wasn't a complete waste of time.
Like, I mean, they can't all have just decided to, you know, go live normal lives, right? Some of the rest of the Zephyr members must be still around and, you know, up for work. That's Duval, eh? And... kind of weird that she just leaves her door open, but... we'll go ahead and stop here. In the next video, we will talk to, I guess, Davale. I mean, maybe McBurn's in one of these, and I don't know who could be in the other one. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I mean, we've already talked to Crow, man. We talked to Crow again? Am I forgetting someone important? Because Vita left. I don't know. Alright, I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.